Bahrain is a small country made of 33 islands in the Arabian Gulf. The population mainly is Arabic, but with a large expat community. This area of the capital city, Manama, has been developed over the past few years to become a recreational and creative hub, and it's known as Adliya. Market 338 was established a few years ago to promote and distribute design culture. The theme this year is the nest, considering sustainability and gardening as shown in the natural installations that are littered around the urban landscape. The area has a number of restaurants and galleries, several outdoor art spaces. This is one of the few areas in Bahrain that is pedestrianized, as most of the city is planned with drivers in mind. The weather for the majority of the year isn't very hospitable in any case. The theme for this year's market can be seen on every street in the area, with many plants growing out of barrels, buckets, and cans. Reusing materials that are often wasted because Bahrain is still developing its environmental awareness as a country. The Al Ruwaq art space has had a hand in showcasing a lot of local and international artwork for some time. It's affiliated with the British Council and is well known for pushing the boundaries of what is art in the region, promoting a lot of small local talent. There are a number of pieces on display at the moment, the majority of which are collaborations between many local artists, made specifically towards this market's theme of growth and taking root, as you can see in this ceramic display. One installation that stood out was a room filled with reused cardboard. A wall was adorned with signs and sketches that I later learned were made by viewers at the opening. There was also a snake-like thread of cardboard pieces that instructed you to interact with it and move it around. The final exhibit was a video titled The Visit. A painting of a lying man is visited by several individuals who ritualistically pour water into the plant pot beside him and kiss him as they leave. He's perhaps sick or even dead, and I think this is a metaphorical look at Arabic customs and mortality. I walked out of the art space to find more installations, including a wire nest-like sculpture with colored geometric shapes filling the webs. One that I sat down to draw in detail was the row of planter boxes and weighing scales. The pops of color seemed to link with the wire sculpture quite well. Moving further towards the end of the pedestrianized street, there was a great architectural arch that was shading a seating area. It continued the idea of the webbing and nest with the geometric shapes that were made out of woven palm leaves, which are a natural resource in Bahrain. Finally, at the end of the street was a grand construction with several painted birdhouses lining the scaffolding, another connection with the theme of the nest. Beside it was a hanging sculpture of bags that I assume were bird feed, almost like an invitation for the birds to become a part of the installation. Doubling back, I walked down a side street that led towards the stalls and the rest of the art spaces. Along the way, I could see many concrete blocks were piled on each other to create new planters, and in some cases, some stencil graffiti can be seen on the walls. I took a detour down one of the streets to sit on a makeshift swing made from a car seat that overlooked a spray-painted mural. I sat for a while and drew from this mural, which actually was drawn by a friend of mine named Mustafa Halwachi. Walking through towards the market, I can see the stalls are not yet open. These stalls are given to many of the young businesses, as well as some of the seasoned creative entrepreneurs. The idea is to incubate these businesses and allow them to flourish in this creative setting and showcase their products. The majority of Bahrain's street art is quite simple and unimaginative, but this area of the city seems to invite a higher caliber of stencil artists with a greater sense of humor. This is perhaps because much of the outdoor spaces are used for commissions, and it is commonplace to see images